I don't want this to be a video of basically me summarizing the movie that you just saw. Like that just, I don't feel the need to do that. So hi, I'm Yvonne. Thank you for joining me. If you are new, welcome to my channel. And as you can tell from the title, and if the title didn't give it away, I'm sure, you know, all it is gave it away. But I'll be doing a review. My lipstick kids. I'll be doing a review on Black Panther. I went to see it. I am going to see it again this upcoming weekend because I just loved it that much. And heads up, there might be some spoilers. I haven't really decided. I'm not really sure where I'm going with this, but you know, we'll figure it out together. I can't remember, before this movie, I can't remember the last time I went to the movies to watch a movie. And the fact that this can get me to go out and not freaking stream like I've been doing, that just said a lot already. And I bought my tickets, my girls and I actually bought our tickets a month ago. So a month before it premiered, we bought our tickets. That's how excited we were. Actually, honestly, we should have bought our tickets maybe even 2 months before, because the 7 o'clock show, and this is in Chinatown in DC, so that was sold. We didn't even get the 7 o'clock show. We got like the 10 something show. Anyways, that's not important. Let me get into the video, the reason why I clicked on this. Why am I gonna ramble on? Let me get into it. So first of all, I absolutely loved how everybody was showing up and showing out. At least at the movie theater that I went to, I just loved how people were dressed up. I was actually wearing this head wrap that I'm wearing now, and I was wearing, you know, this shirt right here. And shout out, by the way, to my sister for getting me this shirt. I appreciate that. Shout out to my sister, Jetty. I appreciate it. This is such a cute little gift she got me. But I was excited to see people all dressed up, and just I can't say that I've ever seen that before. Maybe, you know, for other like Star Wars or other things that people dress up for, but I can't say that I've seen that from like a black audience, at least in this capacity when I went to see it. So I absolutely loved that. One thing I will point out though, I love that people have been getting excited and going out there to like African fabric shops and buying some fabric, or going to the market and finding an African place and buying stuff from us. I think buying from our own people is amazing. What I will say though is, if you do get an African garment, not all garments are like a dashiki, you know, it's a range of things, you know. You know, you need to know, I would advise that you know what you're wearing on your body, whether it's a kanga, dashiki, you know, a leso, you know, and kind of whatever it is that you are wearing. I would say, if you're gonna embrace someone's culture, I would just make sure I know where it's from and what I'm wearing, just to at least be a little educated. And I will say that's what I love about this movie. It actually raised more awareness, and it kind of got people want to be a little more educated about, you know, what they're wearing, other cultures, and that's fantastic. So that's what I'll say. Just make sure you know what you're wearing, and you're just not just, you know, you don't want to offend anybody in any way. Also, if you're gonna put like the travel marks, I've seen a lot of people put like the white dots or, you know, the little lines. You just want to know what those things mean to different cultures, just so you're not putting things on your face, even for yourself, just so you're not putting things on your face and not know exactly what you're putting and kind of offset somebody or upset somebody. So, you know, just a shout out. I love it. Embrace it. I've been wearing head wraps for years, and I love that people are wearing them, and, you know, just embracing our culture. I love it. Just know what you're doing. Just know what you're, you know, putting on your body, and know what culture it's from. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But I absolutely love it. I am all here for it. And this video, I kind of want to take it from, or shoot it from like an African person, specifically Kenyan point of view. I haven't really spoke to the women that I went to see, my friends Diana and Ivy, that I went to see the movie with, are both Kenyan and Ethiopian mix. So I went to see this movie with my fellow Kenyan women. So I think this is coming from our point of view, and specifically my point of view. I absolutely loved, oh, spoiler alert, by the way, there will be spoilers. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what you're doing with yourself, but if you like spoilers and you haven't seen it, stay tuned. If you don't like spoilers, I would definitely click out because I'm about to spoil some things, you know? I love the representation of the African diaspora. So in the film, the cast, I saw that they were an African background, African American background, British, and also like some from the islands. So I love that there was a mix of, and they were the main stars, and I love that. You know, I love that there was just a mix. If you watch this film and you didn't feel unity in us all, I'm not exactly sure, you know, what you were watching, but that's what I got from this film. The casting itself just told you, you know, what you can look forward to in the film, and I loved that he just had people from all backgrounds. That's the first thing I'll say. And of course, I love the freaking representation of women. So I have this down just to make sure that I don't mess up anybody's name. But I love the representation of all the women, from Nakia, which was Lupita's character, Okoye, which was the nice character, Ramonda, which was Angela Bassett. How gorgeous is that freaking woman? All these women are beautiful, but I just wish I halfway looked that good when I get to that age. And Shuri, which is Letitia's character, and I just loved all these powerful women from that just have that great representation of women. And of course, you guys have seen this all over. I've seen this meme where it says, you know, imagine seeing this growing up on your list, something along those lines. I'll insert that there. And I just felt so much power, and I love that the women were soldiers. You know, they had this spear, which I think was a representation of the Maasai tribe, which is I love the fight between Okoye, her love and her duty fight, the internal conflict that she had with herself. I thought that was so, I don't know, I think this movie had so many dimensions that one character wasn't just one-dimensional character. They had like depth to them, which I really loved. The storyline, it wasn't some basic storyline where they just threw some characters together and made up a story. The stories, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Each person's story made sense and it connected, and I just loved just the connection. Of course, the technology. I freaking love Suri. She was such a badass. I loved her. And she looked a little young, and I love that they were showing young women with technology. I'm a technology lover, and I thought that was so cool for women to see that. I think it's so important to see other women embracing these like tech things that I think sometimes we are told that we have been accustomed to think that they are, you know, like man jobs, you know, or things men are supposed to do. So I love that they had a woman doing that. I also, of course, loved the acting. I loved the acting was freaking phenomenal. It was believable. It sucked you in. I'm excited to see it in 3D and see if that makes a difference. And I'm also excited to see it again to see if like I see things that I missed. I don't want this to be a video of basically me summarizing the movie that you just saw. Like that just I don't feel the need to do that. Sometimes there's often a divide within cultures, or like Africans or in other cultures, and people thinking that we don't want people to embrace our culture. But that's not true, at least for me. I love that people want to. Of course, Wakanda was based in Africa. It's not necessarily a real world. I think we all know that. But of course, it had some influence from some African cultures. And I think sometimes people think that we don't want people to you know, to learn about us, or we're just like so standoffish. And I think I've heard from other people, especially living here in America, I think I've heard some people say, you know, like, yeah, I think African people are not as welcoming. And if this movie didn't, you know, give you that sense, we're of course welcoming. We want people to learn about culture. We want people to feel free to wear these like, you know, colors and mismatches colors. Like, we want that. We just want people to be educated and want to learn and want to know. I for sure think this is one of those movies that's changing us and it's changing our representation and how we look at film and how we look at each other, and that's what I really loved about this. And I love that they were real. I love some of the subject that they brought up with why Black Panther's father killed his brother. Of course, we all know that. But just how they slightly brought up why he didn't bring him to Wakanda with him, which I think I caught on to because Killmonger was African American as well. So I love that they brought up that subject can be a little touchy with, you know, an African person versus like African American. And I love that they brought that up, and even though Black Panther and Killmonger, of course, were rivals, I love that Black Panther was still, you know, wanting him to be welcome to Wakanda, and of course being upset that he wasn't brought to Wakanda or didn't bring him back. So I thought that was a little, that could have gone so many ways, and I love that was brought up. There were so many like little, I think, subtle things that again I'm gonna watch again. If you haven't watched that, I highly suggest watching it again. I'm gonna watch it again. I'm probably gonna watch it a third time, and I never watch movies more than once, especially consecutively. You know, if I'm gonna watch a movie again, maybe I watched it like a year or two ago, but I never go like back to back and watch another movie. So that tells you a little something about it. I hope that this, you know, bridges a lot of gaps between all of us. And, you know, a movie can unite so many people and bring all these people together is just amazing. Just the power of a motion picture is amazing to me. And I think it's awesome. And just the digital world, period, to social media, all the hashtags, is just amazing. And I love the positivity that this movie brought out in people. Absolutely love it. So I will go watch it. So if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe and thumbs up this video if you like it. Thumbs up the video for freaking Wakanda, man. Thumbs it up. And also, I had another question for you guys. I love head wraps and I wear them a lot. And I think there's been a little more of increased curiosity, I would say, about head wraps and how to wrap them. I was at the mall and I got stopped by two women and asking me how I type my head wrap. And if you guys want a tutorial on this and a few other styles, please comment below and let me know if that's something you'd want to see. Just different ways on how to tie a head wrap. There's so many different methods. I tend to stick to this one because this is my favorite. But there's so many ways that you can tie this. So just let me know if that's something you're interested in. Comment below and thumbs up the video so I know that's something you're interested in. And I'd be more than happy. I have so many kinds. So yeah, let me know. I'm Yvonne. I'm still polishing this gold. I hope you continue to do so too.